And my name is Simon Matthew. I'm the lead facilitator at Limitless One Academy and also the host of the show, Business Sense with Coach Simon. And I am a practicing graphic designer of over 2 decades in experience. And I'm excited to be here with you again to share with you something that is very dear to my heart and something that would really be the game changer for your graphic designing or for your graphic design practice. All right. And this can apply to both those who are just beginning, those who are at the middle that they call the intermediate, and those who are in the categories of professional or the pros. One or two of the lessons could apply to you. And I will simply or briefly be sharing with you 15 things that every graphic designer should know. 15 things that every graphic designer should know. Number one, ideation or idea generation. Ideation or idea generation. As a graphic designer, it's important that you know the process of developing an idea, process of developing plus communicating an idea. And all of these can help you properly push out a design that will be functional. But for you to be able to do that, the first thing you need to even understand is even understanding the brief. If you're able to understand the brief, the next thing is for you to know, for you to develop it. Develop it through conceptualizing what the brief or what the message is about. So it's important that you know how to develop and properly communicate an idea. It's very, very important. Number two is for you to understand hierarchy. Hierarchy. So it's important for you to know how to place elements and how to proportionally place them. If an information is given to you, a brief is given to you, part of the developing of that idea is for you to properly place the information, the sets of information in their order of importance or in their hierarchy, in their orders of importance, simply put. Even how you also properly, how you align or place your other elements aside the text is also very important. So you need to understand hierarchy. Number three is for you to understand communication. Communication is a two-way traffic, and your job as someone I like to call a visual communication expert, meaning that you help interpret people's messages via the designs you make. And so it's important as a specialist for you to even understand what communication is. Because if you don't understand it, you may just have a one-way traffic kind of design, meaning that a design that is not properly projecting the message. Because in communication, you send out an information, the receiver receives it, understands it, and send the appropriate or an appropriate response. Or if a situation whereby it's a two-way traffic kind of design you made, but you are getting a negative feedback, a feedback that is contradictory to the message that you sent or contradictory to the anticipated result or response, then something is missing. So you need to understand communication if you want to do well as a graphic designer. Number four is for you to understand the importance of using white space. It was said, or it was discovered, that the proper use of white space helps the readability of a design by 20%. It improves it by 20%. So what this means is that even commonsensically, or common sense speaking, if a design has space in between the elements, it helps for proper engagement with that design. The design is not looking cumbersome and people don't get intellectually tired or mentally drained while engaging with the design. If the elements have spaces to breathe, it turns out or comes out better. So you need to have that at the back of your mind. Then the fifth thing is for you to know how to draw, because part of your job as a graphic designer at one point or the other is that you find yourself sketching. Somebody gives you a logo to design. You want to sketch the logos, have a sketch of what it looks like. Someone gives you a flyer to design. You may want to sketch so as to be able to develop your concept before you begin to design. So at one point or the other, you may find yourself doing one or two sketches or the other. So, and sometimes maybe while you're discussing with the clients, all right, why they give you the brief and you're discussing the client, you may want to draw up the sketch to so that the person understands that you understand what they are saying, so that the two of you be on the same page before you go to design, so that you don't do something that's totally away from what they have in mind. All right. So you need to learn how to draw. Very important. Number 6 is the use of technology. Of course, as a designer, you can't avoid technology. It's either you are using your smartphone to design, or you're using your laptop to design, or you're using your desktop to design, or you're using your design tab to design at one point or the other, or you are using your screens. All right, you're using your bigger screens to view the design, to view the larger version of the design. So at some point or the other, you would be interacting and engaging technology while you make your designs. So you need to learn how they work. And the more you know, the better for you. All right, the more you know, the better for you. So you need to learn more about these technologies so as to be able to use them well. It's very important. Apart from that, also, number 7 is for you to know the use of fonts. For you to know the use of fonts. There are some fonts that you can't pair and it will make sense. There are some fonts that you shouldn't use on the entirety of a design. Shouldn't use. Otherwise, people will be struggling to read it. Haven't you come across, if you have not come across, I've come across some designs that I'm struggling to understand or see what the person is writing. You don't want that kind of thing. Maybe because it is looking too stylish, and so people are struggling to know what is this person saying, what did they write, and all of those things. So somebody's struggling. So you need to know how to be able to navigate around it. You need to learn how to properly pair fonts, and there are a lot of resources out there that you can take advantage of. All right, to learn more. All right, so you need to know how that works. All right, that leads me to number 8. Number 8 is the use of images. The use of images. Say, images in designs are very, very important because they help you amplify your message. You understand? Sometimes just having an image alone without text on a design just speaks to gives an idea of what you're talking about, or what the message you're trying to pass across is about. You understand? So, but imagine that you add text and the text is saying something totally different. It becomes confusing. People become confused as to what is this person even saying in essence. Haven't you come across such designs where the person is like, people are wondering, what are you even saying in essence? What do you mean? If you have not come across, I've seen that. People, they were asking, what do you mean? What do you mean by what you're just saying? But by the time your design is done well, by the time you use the appropriate images, it helps to amplify your message. I learned this from one of the coaches I learned designs from. He is very big on using images, and his designs are usually catchy. You understand? So if you're talking about bottle, have bottle somewhere, either prominently shown or somewhere at the background. You understand? Let there be something around. Let there be something around that speaks to speaks to what you are talking about. You understand? It's very, very important. Very, very important. Number 9, time management. Every design has its own time frame. Every design has its own time frame. If they bring you a design, know that the design is not meant to take forever to come. And so you need to master time management, because of course when a client approaches you and gives you or reaches out to you and give you the design to do, they have the time they would need it. They have they have a delivery time. So the next question I'm going to ask you is, when can you deliver the design? Like recently, someone reached out to me and said he needs the design before 12 noon. I had to make sure I deliver that design. Even though I was on the move, I have to find a way to get that design across before 12 noon. Do you understand? So that is the way it works. So it's not meant to be with you forever. So you need to master time management so that you are able to do as much designs as possible and still make your profit. Do you understand? So it's very important, because the better your ability to manage time, the better for you. And so here are a couple of things I would advise that you do if you want to manage your time well. Number 1 is, when the job is given to you, first and foremost, understand the brief. Understand what you are meant to design. Understand it. That's the first thing. The second thing is for you to make a research about that particular design. Do a research. What has other people done? You understand? Get inspiration from them. Then the third thing is for you to sketch your concept. Have a sketch of the concept. See, if you are able to sketch out your concept well, you'll be able to deliver on time. What the sketch does for you is that you have a sketch of your work. You know where to place what elements. You understand? You have an idea of where the text would be, where the images would be. You have an idea even of the kind of colors you use. Trust me, you'll be faster than somebody who just only has it in their head, or who are going to be thinking while they are designing. You understand? You'll be faster. Your delivery time will be quicker than that person. All right. So number 10 is for you to know what the design principles are. Know the principles of hierarchy, the principles of balance. All right, the principles of the 10-15 seconds rule. Know such principles. All right, so you need to know all of these principles. The principles of harmony, you understand? You need to know that the principle of harmony, very, very important. The principle of balance is also important. All right, so you need to know what the principles are. You need to know what the principles of designs are. That way, you'll be able to design and design very well. Number 11, creativity. There are times that we want to play by the rules. Sometimes I admit that being creative may make you break certain rules, and it's okay. It is called, in poetry, it's called your poetic license. You have some level of license design wise to be able to break certain rules in order for you to express your creativity. And there's no limit to how your creativity can be expressed. And so it's important that you do what you have to do. All right. So what this means is that if you think that something should be done in a certain way, which could be the reverse to what the rule states, you can try it out. Being creative means that you are an explorer. You explore other options. You're not just restricted to same old. You're not just restricted to just a template. Brother, you explore. You try out other options. You ask yourself, what if I do it this way? What will be the outcome? Or what if I tried doing it this other way? So you need to be open. You need to be open. If you want to really, really express creativity, you need to be open to other ideas as to how things should be done. All right? And this leads me to number 12, the 10 to 20 seconds rules. What this means is that you need to ensure that within the 10 or at worst 20, within 10 or at worst 20 seconds, whatever message it is, people should have an idea of what you're talking about. People should have an idea of what the design is about. If people cannot explain it, if people cannot comprehend the concept, if people cannot get the concept within the first 10 or at worst 20 seconds, they most likely will lose interest in your design. And so you need to pay attention to that. All right. So it's very, very important that you need to pay attention. So what this means is that the entire information that you want to pass across, people should be able to have a faint idea of what that entire information is about. It's important. All right. So what this simply means is that you are not to add what is not necessary. Don't add. Instead, take off the unnecessary, take off the non-essentials. Whatever it is that is not necessary for the design, please take it off. It's important. Number 13, pay attention to details. Pay attention to details. One typographical error may make a mess of your design. One typographical error may make a mess of your design. And so it's important that you pay attention to details. Pay attention to the wordings, the words in the design. Pay attention to the entire sentence structure. Pay attention to spellings, so that something that is supposed to be toilets does not become toilets. Something that's supposed to be to wear does not become wear, like W-A-R-E. All right. So you need to pay attention to such details. Pay attention to the kinds of elements you use. Pay attention to the entire form of the design. So you need to be the type that has that eagle eye that pays attention to your design. You need to be very careful. You need to pay attention to the details. Pay attention to your choice of colors. Pay attention to the harmony of the colors. Pay attention. Learn to pay attention, rapt attention to your designs. Learn to pay attention as you design. All right. So number 14, colors. There are a whole lot of things you need to learn about colors. How to pair colors, how to contrast it, which color and which color can go better, which color can help elicit the kind of emotions you want to create with the design. All of these things are the things you need to learn. It's important. Then number 15, I want you to know that as a graphic designer, you're a problem solver. And how do I know this? You're solving a communication problem. Somebody has a need to pass across an information, and you are the bridge between that person and the audience that needs the information. And so you are a problem solver. Always see yourself as such and always work as such. So what this means is that if I'm a problem solver as a graphic designer, I should be able to solve the problem by delivering the appropriate design and not create another problem with the design. Creating another problem means that the design is done and the people that it was meant for are struggling to have a hang of what the message is about. Then that becomes a problem. Then you are now contributing, you're now part of the problem. All right. So like I said, you are the bridge between the person, your client, and the audience, or the potential clients that your client is actually aiming to communicate to or communicate with. And so you need to ensure that whatever you are putting out there for them or whatever you are creating is something that can help properly communicate So you are a problem solver. You are solving a problem. If you are meeting needs, you're a problem solver. You are one that is meeting the need. And so you need to always work with such consciousness to ensure that you don't over beautify and leave out the part of communication, but you create a balance between beautification and communication. All right. So let me just quickly go over all I've said. I said that 15 things that you must know as a graphic designer. Number one, ideation or idea generation. I went ahead to talk about number two, hierarchy. You need to understand hierarchy. You need to understand communication. Number three, you need to understand. Number four, use of white space. You need to understand. Number five, drawing, because you're going to sketch at some point or the other. You need to understand the use of technology, because you will need them at number seven, number eight, at number six, number seven, the use of fonts. Then number eight, use of images. At one point or the other, you'll be needing images to be able to amplify or validate the idea. All right. Number nine, time management. Manage your time well so that your turnaround time for job delivery will be good. Number 10, design principles. There are certain rules guiding designing. You need to learn to master them. Number 11, creativity. Creativity is simply doing the ordinary in an extraordinary manner. So sometimes you need to allow yourself express creativity, express your other ideas, explore. All right. Number 12, the 10 to 20 seconds rules. Keep it simple, short, and straight to the point, so that people or whoever it is that's engaging with the design can have a hang of the information or the message that is intended to be passed across. Number 13, attention to details. One small mistake and spoil the entire thing. And so you need to be very careful, pay attention to details. Number 14, colors. Colors is important. Then number 15, you are a problem solver. As a graphic designer, always remember that you are a problem solver. I hope this helps you. Should you have questions, please feel free to drop the comments and I'll be more than glad to answer them. And also feel free to follow the channel. It won't cost you anything. Just click, just follow the channel. And if you have any, whatever it is that stood out to you in the course of this teaching, please feel free to drop that in the comment section and I'll be more than glad to read them. All right. And also reach out if need be. So until I come your way again, thank you so much for investing this time. I trust that it was worth your time. And I look forward to connecting with you again on another, when another opportunity presents itself. My name is Simon Matthew. I'm a graphic designer, I'm a branding coach and consultant, and also the lead trainer or facilitator at Limitless One Academy. Until I come your way again, take care of you. God bless you.